Hey, welcome back to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and this is my review for Harry and Meghan, a new Netflix original documentary. Let's jump in. Harry and Meghan explores the span of their relationship from the early days of the couple's courtship to the challenges and controversies that prompted them to step back from the royal family. Okay, so down in the comments below is your place to go wild. Give us your opinions, whether you're for or against. Here in the UK, the public was so turned against Harry and Meghan because of the paparazzi. And I mean, this has been going on with the royal family right from their involvement to Diana's death. And here we take a stark look at how that continues to fare in the papers, in the magazines, how that shines a light on how biased they are. I'll just check up one photo. All it would do is take you a few clicks and you'd find literally hundreds at how skewed the British media is against Meghan. It comes from she isn't British by birth, therefore she doesn't belong in the royalty. You have that one side, and then you have people just hating on the royals themselves. And so there's a lot of hate around this. Outside of that, I believe there is a lot of love for Meghan and Harry, at least. I'm not British born, so I am now British, but it took me many years to become a British citizen. And I have to say, seeing how much hate was spewed their way, regardless of whether you like the royals. So there's a lot of nastiness just when it comes around to anything like this. All you have to do is go and see the reviews. Literally before it dropped, suddenly was bombarded with like just people spewing hate. Okay, so this is Netflix doing their thing again, where they string out a documentary series. They take a topic and then they really kind of draw it out. We have 6 episodes. The first 3 have dropped and 3 are coming later. The first episode is as Harry shares the impact of his childhood in the public eye, and he and Meghan reflect on the secret early days of their expected romance. Second episode, 2016, the relationship becomes public. In the third episode, the couple's 2017 engagement. So they do have like chapter headings of what they want to cover, and it's quite nice seeing it from their perspective. They've got like phone footage that's all spliced in nicely with the edit in amongst, kind of going back, especially that first episode talking about Diana and his kind of real emotions towards that, and how his household was kind of how they held that, and how he didn't get any help really for the death of his mom. That still seems very raw, and it should be, and it will be. And so seeing that perspective from him, I thought was very interesting. And then seeing Meghan's, I know a lot of people have said, well, we don't know if she's telling the truth because she's an actress. Genuinely, when we see them together on a couch, there's gonna be a front, because whether you have a camera in front of you, there is a face or a persona, but in amongst that you can glean some of the truth, and for the most part they really come across as being genuine, which I liked, interspliced with those moments that start out as a love story. It's a great love story, you know, the princess, well, the prince and somebody that is not a princess, an actress coming into being marrying a prince. You know, it's every little girl's dream. Well, a lot of little girls' dreams of being the princess, right? And so we have this amazing love story, and then we have Harry's nature of trying to protect the woman he loves because he knows what the paparazzi has done to his previous relationship. Then we have how the royal family treated his wife, and then the public eye of that, and how the media was skewed, and it just comes across as vile and horrible, and you do feel for them. Whether you believe them or not, that's up to you. I, for one, think for the most part they're obviously trying to make money because they need money now. They're not in that. They have a number of expenses, some that you can just work out for your head and logical thinking, you'll understand. It feels like if they've been given a chance actually to tell the story from their side, whereas everybody's been spewing the nastiness from their side, it now comes across, you know, as genuine, but also obviously it's a Netflix documentary, and whoever is making the documentary will have their own thoughts and ideas of the story that they want to tell within that. So even if it's their story, the director of the documentary will still have their own thoughts and ideas of what the story is they want to tell. So you never quite get the truth. You get a truth, and it's up to you whether you believe that. For the most part, it comes across truthful. It does also come across as stringing out. I think the first 3 episodes could have been too easily, and they could have shaved it down to 45 minutes apiece. We didn't need to see some of that stuff. Some of the stuff we've seen already in the public eye many times. So they've put all it together. It's edited really well and it comes across as genuine. But I think people are going to have really mixed reactions to this, as they have been for many years. I think it's great to see their story finally, whether it's truthful or not. Again, up to you to decide. As a documentary, it's well done. The score feels somewhat manipulative in some of those emotional moments. So when they're telling a story and it's, I guess, something that they're trying to be emotional with, and then the score comes in there and it's an emotional score, then that can feel a bit disingenuous and a bit manipulative. But that's not to say that every other documentary doesn't do that. I do wonder sometimes if it would be worth just kind of drawing out the sound and just having them tell their story without any score and be 100% genuine as possible. I think that would have been good. And then you still could have had your musical, emotional score beats with the clips of the family and the Instagram feeds, all of that. Yeah, so I'm mixed reaction to actually, I don't want to be strung along. I want just the story and I want it to be as truthful as possible. But then again, with the public eye and the media as it is, they have already begun to skew this. I'm, for one, understand how much money the royal family still brings in as a thing that people come to visit. It far outweighs apparently what they cost the state. That's all public knowledge. You can look that up for yourself. There is this question as to whether they're even relevant anymore. And I like them as an idea, but I don't know that with the parliament that we have and now the royal family that are God ordained, I don't know that they are relevant to that way. But to having them as a thing that people come to visit in the palaces, that is cool and does bring in money. How much it brings in anymore after COVID, I would have to look at the numbers again, but it does bring up that question. So when you're looking at these two, I hear the question often, but do we care? Who are they really? They're just people. Well, yeah, they're just people and their lives has been interesting, so that story is interesting to listen to. So let me know your thoughts down below. So far, I think it's teetering on a 3 Nicolas Cages out of 5.
And you got one. Congratulations.
I'll have to wait until the final 3 episodes are released. I have to say, I think it's pretty crappy that I have to spend half of the review talking about what might happen in the comments because of the nastiness that's surrounding this whole thing. But that's just the world we live in. So I really would like us to be courteous and kind to each other, whether you like the couple or not. Let's just breed a community that genuinely is, for the most part, good to each other. But if you're new to the channel and you've come here just to spew hate, then I'm afraid I'm not going to have you on the channel. Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long on Tuesday.